Welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alex, and I'm excited to jump into another topic with you. How can you save thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on your mortgage? So let's jump into it here. Not my own spreadsheet this time, using bankrate.com, which if you don't have bankrate.com bookmarked, you should bookmark it because they have a ton of great calculators to help out with this stuff. So why reinvent the wheel when they already have it? So how can you save thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on your mortgage? And I think it maybe is kind of self-explanatory, but maybe something you haven't really thought through as to how much value this could have. Just paying a little bit more on your mortgage can make a huge difference. This is something I wish I would have done earlier on. When we bought our house, and we had the advantage of being able to buy our house in 2008 when the market was in recession, so we did get a really great deal on it. But just for so many years paying our mortgage, and it just felt like even though we had got it for a great price, we weren't making much progress on paying it off. And so only recently have I started actually paying more towards it to be able to get it paid off sooner, because I realized how much I could actually save. So what I want to look at here is this is Bankrate's additional mortgage payment calculator. I'll have the link in the description for this so that you can get to it. I'm just throwing in some numbers here for a 30-year mortgage, and say you had a $250,000 mortgage amount. You may be lower, maybe much higher right now. I know housing prices are higher, and then you can obviously change the interest rate. I just put in one that kind of seemed to be a little bit higher than average right now. My home mortgage is actually at 4.5% right now. I've thought about refinancing it, but actually I don't think it makes sense, because the amount I'm paying on my mortgage, I'm going to have it paid off so soon and save so much just making that extra payment that I don't think the refinance costs will even make sense. So I'll share with you that after how much we've been able to save. I think it was probably also in the thumbnail of the video, so you probably already saw that. But here we go. $250,000, your mortgage payment would be $1,122 a month, plus obviously taxes, insurances, things like that. This is just looking at the mortgage payment itself. So here's what is amazing to me is that just $50 more a month. That's if you're paying a $1,100 plus a month mortgage, $50 more a month should not be that hard. Just by doing that, you can knock off over 2 years from your mortgage payments. So you're getting the thing paid off 2 years sooner. And here's where I see the real value set to kick in. Over $12,000 you'll save in interest by just paying that extra $50 a month. If you break that down, let's actually just do the math here together. If you break that down, divide that by 30 years, divide that by 12, that's $35 a month in interest that you're saving for paying $50 more a month. I hope that's clicking. Like that's huge. It's not just paying an extra $50 to pay it off sooner, but because you're paying an extra $50, there's actually huge amounts of interest that you'll not be charged, and in the long run come out saving even more on. So that's huge. But then let's say you could just do 10%. So if your mortgage payment is $1,122, 10% of that would be $112. So just 10% more. For almost 4.5 years sooner, and over $25,000 saved over the course of your loan by just making that little bit extra mortgage payment. Now, 112 may seem like a lot, but honestly, like when I was thinking through this, you should just, when you're going in to buy your house, leave yourself some room. Like just go ahead and estimate your payment to be higher than what it is, and then make that extra payment. And in the long run, that's going to pay off substantially. And then where it gets really crazy, say you could, you know what, we're going to put an extra $500 a month. Like maybe you got your car paid off, you got that credit card paid off. That's what it was for us. We got our credit cards paid off, where we weren't having to pay $500-600 or more a month and just catching up on credit card bills. Moved that into our mortgage, and wow, that was so satisfying, because $500 extra a month on a $250,000 mortgage at 3.5% interest You'll knock off 12, almost 13 years of your mortgage and save over $71,000 over the course of that loan. Again, that's savings. I know it seems like, oh, well, of course, I'm paying $500 extra, so of course it's getting paid off sooner. But the interest savings is huge. That's, what is that? It's $71,000. 71,694 divided by 250,000. So that's almost 30% of your home's original finance value that you would be saving. It also makes you realize how much you'd be paying for that, because you can look at this nice graph down here, and this is where, to me, it becomes really motivating. You look at a $250,000 loan at 3.5% interest. Well, if you continued with the scheduled payments, by the time you were done paying that off, you would have paid $400,000 for your house. Or if you were to pay that extra, you get it paid off, and you'd only have paid $332,000. Now, two arguments you can make against this. One being you just don't have the money to put the extra down, and that's fine. Start working on paying off other debt first. Find ways to generate extra income to be able to do that, because it is very satisfying knowing that you're shortening that mortgage term and saving a ton of money in interest. The only other argument I've heard that I guess could kind of make sense is some people have actually said it made sense to even refinance their home right now at a lower interest rate, so that they could take the money they got from a refinance, or in this case, taking that extra $500 or $100, whatever extra money per month you'd be putting towards your mortgage, and actually putting that money into the stock market, into investments, because in theory, you should get a 7-8% return, and so your mortgage rate's actually lower than the market rate right now. So I could see that if you're really wanting to just get into investing, using that money in there in the long run, yeah, you may net out more. You still have to pay taxes on those profits, so it is something to really think about. But my personal opinion is just that I would love to just own my home. I would love not to have a mortgage payment. So that was kind of what motivated me, was when I started doing this calculation, was seeing, wow, if I just make this sacrifice and pay a little bit more, how much quicker I can actually pay this thing off. So for our own house, like I said, we were super blessed to be able to get it in 2008 when the market was low. But we were actually able to double our mortgage payment. Actually, I think it might have been even a little bit more than double. But I was actually putting $800 more a month into our mortgage payment right now. So that was a mix of being able to pay off credit cards and just getting some debt under control. And just every time I would do that, because obviously I was trying to, once I paid off something, moving that money to pay off the next thing. But once it's all paid off, well, then I was like, well, I can invest some of it. But man, I really am just going to take that extra money that I'm no longer using to pay down debts to pay down my house and get that thing paid off, because that'll be super satisfying. Not having to owe any monthly payment on my home, again, outside of insurances and taxes and things like that. So I'm projecting that at the current rate that I'll be able to save $36,000 on my mortgage from what it would have been if I would have continued my payments, versus making the accelerated payment, saving $36,000, and it should be paid off. 3 years. I'm hoping maybe even less if I can really push towards the end to get it paid off sooner. And again, having the home since 2008, it's been 13 years, so I'll be on track to pay it off in about 15-16 years, which I know you can get a mortgage for 15 years. But basically turn my 30-year loan into 30-year mortgage, turned it into a 15-year mortgage. So it was great, because it was, like I said, when we first got the house, with all of our debt, lower incomes, that's what we had to do. And it was actually a huge blessing that we were able to continue to make those payments. But now with that paid off, being able to accelerate that. So it's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Hey, if you can start somewhere. If you can do $20 a month, let's see what $20 a month will look like. It's still $5,000 and shortens your loan by 10 months. Here's the thing. It's so hard to get motivated for things that are so far away. But in 29 years from now, if this is your boat, you'll be so glad you put that extra $20 a month towards it, because getting that house paid off a year sooner be great. So that's the thing. Look at this. You know, put some real numbers in here for you, calculate out your mortgage, see how much you could save, see how many years you could cut off with your mortgage, and then know once that's paid off, well, hey, you can take all that money and start investing it. You can start in maybe buy a second house for real estate. you have so many things that you're freed up to do with that extra income. So thanks guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, if this was helpful in any way, please smash that thumbs up, that like button, whatever you want to call it. Just it doesn't just click it right now. I'll wait. Did you click it? You clicked it, right? Some of you didn't click it yet. All right. Click the thumbs up, subscribe. More videos are on their way. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.